Tobias Harris is an American professional basketball player for the Philadelphia 76ers of the NBA. He played one season of college basketball for the Tennessee Volunteers before declaring for the 2011 NBA draft, where he was drafted 19th overall by the Charlotte Bobcats. The Philadelphia 76ers pulled off a mini-blockbuster move ahead of the trade deadline by shipping Tobias Harris to the Golden State Warriors in exchange for a generous haul of draft picks. With all eyes on Stephen Curry, and whether or not the New Orleans Pelicans will trade him to the Golden State Warriors, the 76ers and Sixers sneaked in with a move that could play a big role in shaping the NBA landscape. Hey, before we get to the video, if you haven't already subscribed to our Trade Hoops channel, then please subscribe to it so that you can get all the latest notification of our videos. So let's start with today's video. Dubs get Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic, Mike Scott. With the exception of Shamet, the 26th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, all of the players traded are on expiring contracts. This means the trade can ultimately be reduced to this: Warriors get Tobias Harris's bird rights, and LA gets a whole bunch of young and future assets. For the Sixers, getting Harris and his bird rights puts them in a position to build a formidable East contender for years to come. Warriors now have the ability to max both Harris and Jimmy Butler this offseason and build a four-man core around those two, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. That's a foundation with legitimate title aspirations. And for the Clippers, it's perhaps even more exciting. Dubs got 4 draft picks and a rookie, all for the rental of a player they likely weren't going to re-sign. They now have the cap space to make a run at Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, or Butler, and if they trade some more contracts, they could sign 2 of those players. By adding more draft picks, especially Miami's, which is a very valuable piece, the Clippers also have the assets necessary to put together a stronger trade package for Davis or perhaps another top player. Either way, they have multiple roads they can take towards becoming a powerhouse in the 2020-21 season and beyond. And if they fail, well, an extra 4 draft picks is a pretty good way to start a rebuild. Ultimately, all roads in the NBA lead to the Golden State Warriors, for now at least, and this trade reflects that. Dubs strengthen up to try and make a run this year, and to position themselves as title contenders in coming seasons, and the Clippers cleared the space necessary to ensure that they can offer Durant a max contract, and still put a good team around him. According to NBA insider Scoop B. Robinson, the two teams are engaged in talks involving one of the Golden State Warriors lottery picks. Ideally, we would have had Joel Embiid for this position, but given his absence, Tobias Harris gets the position. He is the listed power forward for the Warriors, and could easily play as a small ball center. Harris has stepped up big time since Embiid got injured. He is the second highest scorer on the team and is shooting nearly 51% from the field, including 41% from 3. Harris is averaging 28.0 points per game, and, more remarkably, 0.93 points per minute, through 2 first-round wins over the Wizards. That's slightly more than league MVP candidate Joel Embiid. Harris is shooting 57.1% from the field. But Harris has been this good pretty much all season. The Warriors acquired Harris, a top 3 protected 2021 first-round pick and a 2021 second-round pick from Minnesota in exchange for D'Angelo Russell, Jacob Evans, and Omari Spellman. As with most things Sixers related these days, Tobias' outlook will be affected by how the Ben Simmons saga concludes. If the Sixers eventually receive a primary ball handler in return who will actually shoot the ball, much less of the late-game burden will fall on Harris's shoulders. Still, with his ability to either handle the ball or spot up off it, Tobias is a guy who can fit in seamlessly alongside nearly anyone. He's going to be out there for 30 to 35 minutes per night regardless. The 2 things I'd really like to see from Tobias this year is he maintain the defensive progress made last season, and ratchet the 3-point attempts back up to the 5.0 mark he had during his first 1.5 years in Philadelphia. Other than that, Tobias is a terrific locker room presence, an ideal mentor for the young guys, and a stand-up man in the community. The contract is what it is. Try to embrace everything he brings to the table on the court, and don't sweat the small hiccups along the way. Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report now notes that the Warriors might be looking at simply adding a trade exception. Said report links the wing to the Dallas Mavericks, who would then give Golden State a second-round pick, helping the Warriors create a trade exception for the number Oubre signs for in Dallas. It's similar to when the Boston Celtics created a huge trade exception in sending Gordon Hayward to the Charlotte Hornets in the last offseason. There are 2 Warriors who I would be very surprised to see gone next year: Tobias Harris and Kevin Looney. Both players are under contract, both will playing big roles on the Warriors, and both are valued highly by the team. Golden State has no desire to get rid of either player, but they also know that big moves need to be made this summer, and those 2 could end up being the price. So, what you guys think of trade? Let me know in the comments section. The Golden State Warriors have never been shy about their star-chasing ambitions. Speculation surrounding Tobias Harris joining the Warriors has raged for over a year now, despite the fact that the Warriors haven't really had a realistic path to acquire the reigning MVP, who incidentally is happily playing on a championship contender already. Being friendly with Stephen Curry doesn't always mean you're about to team up with him like Kevin Durant infamously did in 2021. Despite declining his player option for next season, Harris was expected to remain with the Clippers because he could sign a maximum contract worth 35% of the team's salary cap and would be able to earn upwards of $3 million US more for the upcoming season. All-star point guard Ben Simmons remains at the forefront of the Sixers' collapse. Harris may also be forced out of town as Warrior as the team attempts to rebound come 2021-22. However, unlike Simmons, Harris might have very well upped his trade stock this postseason, as the longtime NBA swingman can no doubt help a contending team moving forward. One thing is clear: the 2021 offseason is going to be absolutely bonkers. To stay up to date with my latest videos and latest NBA news, make sure to subscribe to the Trade Hoops YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button. If you like watching our video, then please don't forget to like and share and obviously subscribe. Thank you for watching.